Well, here we are again, and I did say that we would need to attend a little more to this briefcase, to the metal pieces, and you can see that we've got some more of the magic wadding and another pair of gloves, so we'll give it another little tickle. And it's always good fun, this. You do start to see a difference. So here we jolly well go. It's a shame that the plating has come off, but it's all part of its character. This thing's getting quite old now, so I'm not keen on patina. It's an Italian word. It just means debris on a otherwise unimpeded surface. It's a literal translation. And in some things they say you should leave it on coins. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I suppose it does show, it's an indication of the age of a coin. But as far as I'm concerned, on a thing like this, I want it as shiny as I can get it. And I don't want this metal polish staying on the leather for too long at all. So, I'll do these corner pieces again. I suppose the other way of doing this would be to take these metal pieces off completely and replate them, but I'm afraid that's beyond my level of ability in this. But we can always have it nice. Now you remember what I told you last time, that you should always have something else to do while the chemical is working its magic, and so here it is, a nice little water sprayer. It's the worse for wear. So we'll give this a good polish up. We are going to need this in the next day or two to help us with our efforts on the briefcase. This is quite badly marked. I might have to do this more than once. But that doesn't matter. We've got all the time in the world. Right, we'll leave that for a few minutes, let the magic do its work, and I'll tell you now about the next step on the leather of the briefcase. Hide food. Now, hide food is something creamy and custardy which puts the moisture back into the leather and helps to keep it there. Now, we're going to make some, and it's quite simple. It's a mixture of this stuff: beeswax, lanolin. Now that comes out of a sheep's fleece. That's the oil that keeps the sheep dry when it's in the rain. And this stuff, neat's foot oil. You could use this on its own to condition the leather, but I prefer for the hide food to use some of it in conjunction with these two things. Neat's foot, now it sounds as if it's from a plant, but it isn't. Neat is the old English word for a cow, and a cow has evolved certain things in its shin bones and its feet to keep them dry, because of course a lot of the time it's standing on wet grass. And so this neat's foot oil is what happens if you melt a cow's shin bones and feet, not the hooves, just the shin bones and feet, and you get this oil. And that, combined with a bit of beeswax and a bit of lanolin, is what's going to make the hide food, and I'll show you that in just a second. Right, let's have a little polish of this again. As I said, if we have to do it every single day this week, then so what? We'll do it. We'll keep on. It's coming up a little bit shinier each time. There we go, still wants a day or two longer, I think. I could even paint these things. You can get brass coloured paint now that would do the same job. Or even a black matte paint. Okay, so we keep doing that. Let's have a look at this fella. Oh, that's better. It's not perfect by a long chalk, but it's better. better, but by no means perfect. Okay, now here is a lovely custardy mess that has already been prepared. You can see that there. That's hide food. And what we're going to do with this is massage it into the leather. And it'll condition and moisturise and make this leather a lot more comfortable, a lot nicer than it has been for many years. We just keep popping it on. I will leave this to soak in overnight, and then tomorrow I shall come along with a little brush and some saddle soap to remove it properly. So what we'll be doing, as well as moisturising this leather, is cleaning it properly, because even though we wiped it down yesterday, you could still see there were marks on it, and we don't want marks on it. But look at that, look how that goes in. You can nearly hear this leather gasping with relief. Lanolin, beeswax, neat's foot oil, cow's foot oil. They seem to be very keen on setting fire to cows in the olden days. There's an awful lot you can get from them, whether it's fine bone china or this kind of stuff. You've got to be a little bit careful with the stuff that you put on here, because you can rot the stitching, and that we really don't want to do. But it's worse if it's cotton stitching. If it's a nylon or some kind of polyester stitch, then the stuff we're putting on won't affect it at all. This is where it really needs to be lathered on, because these are the bits that bend each time the briefcase is opened and closed. And when that dries out, that's when it wears out and you get a hole in it, which isn't ideal if you're trying to cart stuff around in it. There we go. That can sit for a good 24 hours. I've seen people do this and they just slap it on and then buff it to a shine, but that's not how we are going to do it. I'm looking for a somewhat better effect and better condition. See how it's cleaned all that from the metal wadding from yesterday? It's already cleaned that from the table. It's marvellous stuff, and I'm very pleased with it. And that will do for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.